Right, the advantage of these is they don't break.
Yeah, you don't get that.
No, I do like the wooden edge,
Yeah.
but you do have to keep repairing them. I've got a technique now which works quite well.
Okay.
It's a bit time consuming, but you do only have to do it about every 5 years. But they do bust, the corners bust up. A little bit more fruity. I'm going to have to work on I always usually have this one facing outwards, but then facing that one. I have to do it from here. Okay, so if we've got a swarming issue with these, because they were a split from that colony we just looked at, I'll use those two probably to sort it out.
Okay.
I'm hoping we don't have a swarming issue with these, because they have already been split.
Yeah. How long ago was that?
A long time back. As I say, I haven't looked in that one for a month, and that was sometime after I'd split them. I don't want to calm down. Too hot to pull my sleeves right down, calm down a bit. Okay, so this frame is not wired in very well. So
Okay.
be careful. There's wiring along the bottom. There's no eggs or anything in there. There is there, we've got eggs, so main worries are over. I can't see the queen, but every year I manage to drop one outside eye because I put the frames outside.
She marked this queen.
Yeah, she's marked and clipped. I can't remember what colour she is. I've got a feeling this one's yellow. Or is she white? That one's white. Any white ones ought to be replaced.
How old are they?
Well, this year's red, last year was yellow. So it'll be 3 years, we're in their 3rd year.
How long do they stay effective?
Well, their 2nd year is the best.
And 3 years, so second year, and then after that there's a sort of decline.
Really, if you get them going into the first season, then their 2nd season is their best, and then they should be replaced.
Okay.
So they'll live 4 or 5 years naturally. They'll just supersede them. One generally don't get that far because they try and swarm all the time. I can't see anything going on here. You know, if anything was going on, that would have been turning into a queen cell. We got a pin on the next frame, so I could have a quick look at that and then give up. Okay, so we've got a little bit, there is a bit more sign here. If you look at that, there is white on that. So that's new wax.
Ah.
Yeah. So we need to be a bit more cautious now. And that's why there's a pin on that frame. You have to take these out into the sunlight because I can't tell if there's anything in it or not. Yeah, there's an egg in that. We should shake them all up. I'm not going to. And I don't think I'm going to do anything unless I find anything a bit more dramatic than that. What we will do though is we'll just destroy those eggs, knocks them back 3 days. Occasionally they'll change their mind, but this one's a swarm risk now. Hello! I'm in the bees! I'm in the bees! Yeah, fine. So yeah, technically, to do a proper check for swarm cells, you should shake all the bees off.
Yep.
If I shake all the bees off, I get disease. If I don't shake all the bees off, I run the risk of missing a queen cell. So, my advice to you is shake all the bees off.
Yep.
I'm not going to. Not unless I have to.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, probably if you're going to do that, you want to find the queen first and drop her in a cage.
Yeah.
And I can't be asked to do that, not unless I absolutely have to. See?
Yeah.
There's one here. It's got little white flecks on it, so they've started to think about it.
Let's get a little closer look at that.
It doesn't look like an old. It's an old one, but then they've started to look at it and they start to just put a bit of wax on it.
Yeah, I can see that now.
Yeah. No, there isn't.
No egg.
They got to rebuild that now before they can do it.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Will you put a pin in that one as well, or not bother?
No. For swarm cells, I generally pin one frame. Your obvious candidate.
Yeah.
So if it's raining, they're really aggressive, and I need to check them for swarminess, and I go in there, and I only look at one frame. That's the frame. And that's going to tell me.
It's a kind of indicator.
90%.
How the rest of it is, like, potentially.
How near swarming they are, which is all I'm interested in. So what that is telling me is they're trying to swarm next week.
Okay.
Yeah, next Sunday they're off.
So you need to come back again before then?
I need to monitor the situation. Or, if the queen's clipped, we can just ignore it for 10, we can ignore it for 13 days technically.
What, if she's clipped?
Yeah, but you'll lose her.
Yeah.
Well, they won't have swarmed, they would have kept the bees. But my plan is to not, they're easier to manage if I've got a clipped queen to deal with.
Just explain to me again, why if she's clipped, you won't lose the bees? Because obviously, I know they need to go with the queen,
Yeah, well the queen can't go.
so they will just come stay in this hive.
They'll try and swarm and then they'll go back in.
Okay.
They won't be.
And then she'll just die out here, perish or whatever.
Yeah. And,
So you
and
got
they'll carry on growing their new queens.
yeah. It's just
And a
inconvenient,
week
isn't
later,
it?
those new queens will hatch. And then they'll start chucking swarms left, right and centre. So, and the longer you leave the impulse, the more swarmy they get. They get harder and harder to knock out of it.
What about the weather as well? Is that, I mean,
Well,
they
yeah,
say
they're
hot.
They're not going to swarm if it's cold and wet.
No, but like heat-wise, that does that have an impact? If it's like, you know, really hot?
I don't think it stops them swarming, no.
No.
And yeah, if it's cold and wet, they're not going to swarm.
No, I was thinking of the opposite. Would it increase the likelihood of swarming if it's hot? But,
Well, only in that they can't swarm when it's wet.
yeah, okay.
Well, they can.
Sure.
They can't. They can. They
Yeah.
can do what the hell they like. I regularly get swarms go when they haven't got capped queen cells. You know, with
Okay.
this colony here, those queen cells shouldn't be hatched for a week, capped for a week,
Yes,
and they shouldn't swarm until they've capped them.
yes.
But if you've got a really swarmy colony,
They go anyway.
they can go anyway. They just say, well, you know, we've got queen cells coming, we're off.
Yeah.
And they do it. And you find you've lost the queen and you don't know why. And that's why. And you get the other thing as well. You get a really swarmy colony and you open it up and you've got capped queen cells in there and you're going through it and there's the queen. They haven't gone. Yeah, that's alright, we'll go another day. When we feel like it.
Yeah, so it's not, I suppose what you're saying is not an exact science. It's,
It's not a science, no.
well, not a science, but, you know,
No, they are animals and
yeah.
you know, they're animals
Free
to
will.
a certain extent unpredictable. Okay, so we've got these need to be kept to look at. I'll watch on them. Probably next week they're going to be pretty split. But my intention now is probably to split the brood back to the original colony, or take some of the brood out. If you take the capped brood out, that's your swarmy. The capped brood is the thing that gives them the impulse to be swarming. So if they've got a lot of uncapped brood, a lot of eggs and that, they're not. The tendency for them to swarm is just to, well, it doesn't disappear, they reduce them. Never like being put back to bed. So we didn't see the queen, but she's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Anything you wanted to see you didn't see? Anything you
No.
forgotten? Because you know me, I'll just plough on regardless.
No, I think no, it's fine. It's kind of interesting to know, you know, it's kind of getting the time frames right, like, you know.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
that's why I always
absolutely-
find.
absolutely crucial.
Yeah.
I
And
used to have it all written down.
Yeah, and that's
I
what-
used to go back and look at the thing.
Yeah, that's
But
what it is.
basically, it takes them 8 days. If they lay an egg on day 1, on day 8 it's capped.
Yeah.
Yeah, for queens. It's the same for workers, basically. Workers are a fraction longer, but you don't need to worry about it exactly. It's a week. Day to day. It's a week. It's a week till the queen cells are capped,
Yeah.
and it's a week till they hatch. And you don't need to worry about anything else. Everything else is interesting, but
Yeah.
instantly forgettable.
Yes.
It is I mean, when I do a snell grove and a split, well, the timing of moving and opening and closing the doors is quite crucial.
Yes.
You need to open the doors and swing bees from one box to another. On the day, if you're trying to stop the box with the door at the top box, basically, from swarming, you need to take the bees out of there just before the new queens hatch.
Okay.
Now, of course, the new queens hatch at different times depending on what stage the queen cells were in. You put them in. If you put them in as eggs, that's fine. You can do it on day 10. Because on day 14 they're going to hatch. So if you let the bees out on day 10, you're well away. Day 11, day 12. You can move the bees down to the bottom box, and the swarmy tendency disappears from the top box. What I found, I used to think that was gospel. What I found is this: the bottom box, the down one that's going to swarm.
Okay.
And you fly all these flying bees into the swarmy lot and make the situation worse. So you need to check both boxes, work out which is most of this, and alter your doors accordingly, and time it on the age of the queen cells that you put in it. If you put capped queen cells in there already, then the bees are flying out already. You've reduced this tendency, and probably you want to change the door then, if you're going to change the door, not on day 10, you want to change it probably on day 5. If you've got a capped queen cell, you've only, assuming they capped it today, you've only got a week before they hatch. And you want to do it before then.
Yeah, so yeah. Okay.
So I used to go, oh, day 10, change the doors.
Yeah.
No, think about it. Not day 10, when they're about to hatch. My other worry is if you change the doors at the wrong time, and you've got a virgin in this box, and she flies out to mate, and you change the doors, she could come back in and go in
into the other one.
Box.
Whole hell break loose then, won't it?
Depending on how swarmy they still are around. So yes, that was a stinger. So yeah, over the years I've come to realise these things, the timings they give you are right, but the reasoning behind them is more important than if they change the doors on day 3. If it's a proper snell grove, you're supposed to change the door on day 4, I think. You've got 3 doors on day 4 and then day 10. So you put the first door on the first day, and then day 4, and then day 10, and that timing works fairly well. The ones I make up usually have 2 doors, so you've got less flexibility. They're easier to make, quicker to make.
Yeah, but still work like.
Yeah, I mean, just moving them, you'll find some of my doors aren't changed. This one's not changed, look. But this was a swarm. This one a snell grove, really. This one actually swarmed. I don't think this queen's ready yet. This one's not ready to mark till next week.
Okay.
But we want to make sure that's not swarming. They shouldn't be. So that doesn't mean they won't